Ladies, Leon Trotsky bringing some Far Cry 3. And to explain this clip really quick before we get into the topic, I heard some shooting. I saw a bear dead. I needed a bear pelt, and I decided to try and get it from these guys. And this 4 minute of me killing everything just ensued. But yeah, this is Far Cry 3. If you guys didn't know, I'm having a blast on this game. And let's just jump into the topic. Should Far Cry 3 have zombies? I'm not saying it does. It should, though. It should have a better end game per se. Look at this car. Like, watching a second as I'm shooting these guys, the car comes like swerving down the road. I'm like, this part just had me laughing. And if you guys don't know Far Cry 3, I've already finished the story mode, obviously, and you get to the end, and if you basically haven't done everything in the side missions, so you haven't liberated all the outposts per se, that's what you can do in the end game once you finish the story. And it's cool, I suppose, but I almost didn't liberate all the outposts on purpose, because as I drive around the island, I like to have that feeling of insecurity. I like to get chased. I like to have excitement still just messing around on the island. However, if you do go and liberate all these outposts and take over all the little bases, basically, there's no more really bad guys chasing you on the island, not driving around. Like, you can just drive anywhere. The only things that are going to hurt your wildlife, and there are enemies in specific areas, for example, but you're not going to get situations like this once you completely beat the game. But I guess I wish there was something more in this game. It's a blast. And I don't play single player games. It's really not my thing to sit there and get into a campaign, get into a story, feel a character. But this one got me, man. This was a lot of fun. The story was good. The characters, I got attached to, and I'm still playing it a little bit afterwards. But it's definitely losing some of its appeal. It's not going to have you playing for hundreds of hours on end, and that's one of the things that sometimes I look for in a game, especially if I'm spending $60 on a game. I would like to get a lot of hours out of it. And something that I think could do that is something like zombies. I don't know exactly how you could perfect it in this game, for example, but I just get this feeling of running around this island and being chased, and sometimes I wish, there was, a horde of like 50 zombies coming over the hill at me or something crazy like that. I think that would be really intense and provide for some really exciting gameplay. I think part of this desire for me is seeing, games like DayZ and now the War Z, which looks decent, but obviously War Z has that crazy stuff going on where it's getting stuff, doesn't have the things in there that everybody says it should have or whatever. But regardless, we'll talk about that in a whole nother video. Proper advertising. Zombie games, survival games like that look fun. Big world, it'd be cool if it had a multiplayer. I'm just looking at this free world and just wishing that it was more like DayZ, I suppose. And obviously there's limitations on these consoles, because you can tell, even in stuff like this, you see when enemies start to respawn, and obviously they couldn't have too many, enemies in a certain area and stuff like that. But regardless, what do you think down below? Let me know in the comments. Do you think a zombie type of endgame apocalypse thing would work in a Far Cry 3? Do you think it would make the game better or over the top? What else could be a better endgame, I suppose? Obviously, do you think maybe some other enemy force coming over and taking over the island, you just having more enemies to shoot? I don't know. There was something that's a lot of fun in this game, especially in the very beginning when you're driving around and you have to really try and survive. You're really trying to survive. Once you get to the end of the game, it's really just hunting. There's less trying to survive. There's less of that danger feel as you go around in the wild, which is something I wish they had figured out a way to continue getting that feeling as the game progressed. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed this little clip, and we'll catch you soon, probably on the battlefield or something, guys. Till next time.